Okay, Coach, we are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Miami Dolphins. It's an Indian summer afternoon. Perfect conditions for football, and off we go on EA Sports. Will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Now Williams. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. On 3rd, here's an option play right. And he is going to lose yardage here. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Not the best of starts here offensively. You're back home. You lost a couple games in a row, and here's an early 3-and-out to start things off.
And I think they were counting on being at home and having the home crowd carry them along a little bit to help things get better. But the bottom line is you don't get the crowd involved until you play better. They've got to create some first downs, some big plays, things of that nature to make sure that the crowd is right there with them.
Check 13. Check 13. Here we go, kill.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Got to love the catch. I think you got to love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great. And they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing. I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. 4 yards the pickup, first down. A first down throw for Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, his first touchdown of the new season, and they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And on the first drive, 3-and-out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically, what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down. We just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup. He's got it to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. They go play action here on first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Booker from the pistol, and he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Riley Ridley, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. A first down carry by Elliott. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
They'll try it. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Walsh adds the extra point. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. And oh my, mistake there. Backs up, takes a fair catch at the 3-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Williams. Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They run. It's Williams. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it with Trubisky. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again to Williams, running right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
54, right? Hey, ball.
Now Trubisky on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. That is caught by Williams for a Miami touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Prescott. And caught by Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Elliott. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3. at the Dolphins' 42-yard line.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Prescott eluding the pressure right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And now running right through it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Able to find Isabella. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 13-yard line. On first down, Elliott. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The Cowboys out now as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. To throw on 2nd and 6, Prescott.
I know in every game we do, we talk about momentum. That was a momentum play lost. And now there could be a letdown because they didn't get the interception.
Yeah, you could almost hear the collective gasp on the sideline as he could not come up with that football. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. 10th carry now for Elliott. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, as the first half is winding down, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
Yeah, great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Watch the pass.
On second and a couple. Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This one taken from the 7. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. One first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. They go to Elliott again. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Here we go. Check 53. Here we go, D. Hey, kill. 27.
They'll run on 1st down. Clay. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Check 3.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. Kill. 59, mark, 59, mark. Check, 59. Silver. 26.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 27 yards there, a first down. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Tighten up. Pull together. Check now. Hey, kill. Switch it. Check four.
Again, it's Elliott. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Kill. Switch. Big dash. Go. Bang. Hey. Here we go, 46. 24.
So that'll back him up 5. And the delay of game penalty makes this much more difficult. 3rd and 8.
Here we go, 46.
Now Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. Andy Isabella was the intended target. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They begin the drive with Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Dolphins on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's 4th down.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They go with the option on 4th down, left side. And the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down to the backfield. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. On 1st down, Elliott. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 59. It's 59. Like the 59. Let's go, baby. Turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. 59 Mike. 59 Mike. Check. We go 47. Coming to you. Mike 5'9. Mike 5'9. 26.
Throwing. Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. And he's got room. 20. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Sanders on for the extra point. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, it was second long. Now it's third and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's third and long. Prescott now. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play here for Dallas. 64 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touchdown.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Check. Check.
Now Elliott. Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's second and 1.
Slam. Check. Check hot route. Hot. Check 52. Showing it. What do you think?
They'll try again with Elliott. And he will take it in for a Cowboy score. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. A big play there. with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they got their touchdown, now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And did the Dolphins get it? Yes! Miami football. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one good for 33 and a first. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They give it to Williams, running right. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Tony Pollard with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they...
And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. So they'll quickly now signal for the timeout. And it's definitely not looking good, but at least they'll have one final play to hope for that miracle and get him in the end zone. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that